Not too long ago, two brothers, they was jug fishing with some blue cats. They should have called it a day. But the moon was bright and the fish was biting. What the hell was that? They knew what they were doing. They've been fishing these waters all their life.
Jesse! Jesse! Where are you? Come on, man, quit playing around. Jesse!
The Roken, Phantom. That's what they've been calling it down here, as far back as I can remember. The Voodoo shark. Voodoo shark.
The Mississippi River Delta, a beautiful but deadly place. There are the dangers that everyone knows about. Massive alligators, quicksand, water moccasins, and other deadly monsters. But is there something more?
There's one shark out there that has never been caught. People around here call it the Roken.
I've heard stories about this thing ever since I was a kid.
He got to be over 100. He's ancient, almost like a dinosaur.
Oh, my grandpa used to tell me stories about it.
A lot of people believe it's a myth.
They say it's part fish, swamp monster. Makes me even afraid to get in my bathtub.
Some people call it the voodoo shark.
Some people call him the ghost of the bayou, and I call it just like it is, straight up.
There have been rumors of a monster lurking in these waters for decades. Terrorizing locals, attacking livestock, pets, even people. A voodoo shark. Few have seen it and lived to tell the tale. But evidence is mounting that it's more than just a legend.
I thought I pulled a stump off the bottom. I didn't know what it was.
My boat is 18 foot long. His tail and his head was on both ends of my boat.
You know, Jaws is a story. This ain't no story. This is for real.
Sightings of the Roken have been reported in the shallowest of freshwater bayous and in some of the deepest sections of the Louisiana deltas. Now, after decades of rumor and speculation, 3 men are setting out to find the truth once and for all. Captain Blimp has been fishing and shrimping in Venice his entire life.
Now we have a bigger bait.
Blimp's daredevil deckhand is his nephew, Nathan. Nathan was born in the bayou and has been fishing with his uncle since he was in diapers.
If I want to see the Roken, I got to drop this cage down and get in the water where he lives.
Rounding out the team is Blimp's uncle, Donald. He's an expert on voodoo folklore and has been hunting the Roken for decades.
We're going to solve this mystery one way or the other. A myth can't bite you in half. There's got to be something real out there, and we're on the hunt for them.
But Blimp and his crew aren't the only ones trying to solve the mysteries of the bayou. Over 50 miles away, Jonathan Davis, a shark researcher from the University of New Orleans, heads up a team of scientists.
Woo!
They're looking for evidence that sharks are in the fresh waters of Lake Pontchartrain year-round. And they believe that if there is a monster shark out there, it's a bull shark.
So down here in Louisiana, we have a lot of fishermen, and you inevitably get a lot of fishermen tales. But we're trying to get real science out there and get a real understanding of what's going on. We do know know that bull sharks are able to move into Lake Pontchartrain, but people don't have a clue where they go. They don't have a clue how long they stay, and it's just something that we need to continue to study because it is in our backyard. It's pretty crazy to think I could stand right beside my house near the canal with the entire city of New Orleans in the background and fish for a bull shark. Bull sharks are capable of swimming in the lake because they can deal with the transition from salty to fresh water. It has the ability to regulate the amount of salt in its body. We call it this process osmoregulation. They can regulate the saline environment inside their body relative to the fresh water outside of their body by excreting a certain level of urea in their urine.
Millions of years of evolution have given bull sharks this amazing ability. They dominate freshwater habitats like Lake Nicaragua in Central America and have even been spotted 2,500 miles up the Amazon River. And wherever these sharks are found, they are feared for a reason.
Bull sharks have the highest testosterone level of any animal in the entire animal kingdom. It is extremely aggressive and very nasty shark.
The bull shark is responsible for the third highest number of unprovoked attacks on humans. The largest bull shark on record was caught in Breed River, South Africa. That shark was 12 feet long and weighed over a half-ton. Many believe that if the Rukun does exist, it would be a monster of that size.
There are many reasons why a large bull shark would come into Lake Pontchartrain. It could be for food, it could be for mating purposes, but one of the main reasons that a massive bull shark would come in is to drop its babies off. With that being said, a 10, 12-foot bull shark could actually be swimming in the water right behind us along this dock.
Meanwhile, Captain Blimp and his crew are already on the water and headed towards the Gulf. The entrance for any sharks heading into fresh water. Their destination, Oil Rig 197.
It's a beautiful day at the oil rig. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Just chum up these waters and see what we can come up with.
This oil rig is the scene of one of the most recent Rukun sightings.
A lot of people joke around and say, you know, it's a myth or a legend. He's for real. I seen him with my own eyes. I saw him attack another shark right under that leg.
The stories of the Rukun have been passed around for years, but no one has ever found hard evidence. Blimp and his crew have a theory. Maybe this monster actually spends most of its time in the deeper waters just outside the delta. Could an oil rig teeming with marine life be the secret home of this colossal shark? Armed only with their shark cage and a whole lot of blood, the boys will try to find out.
I put 4 tuna cartridges out here for chum so we can bring up these sharks. Hopefully we get a monster.
Within minutes of chumming, several sharks are spotted in the slick. While Donald and Nathan stay on board, Blimp will descend into the shark cage.
I've been shot, I've been stabbed, I've been run over. But I've never been scared like I am right now to get in this water.
The first species Blimp spots is the silky shark. Named for the silky smooth texture of its skin, this slender shark can grow up to 10 feet long. They are known for their quickness and will launch open-mouth slashing attacks on their prey. Within no time, Blimp is surrounded. As Blimp descends to hand feed a silky, a bigger predator is honing in on his cage. The great hammerhead. This elusive shark grows to be 20 feet long and is easily spotted by its uniquely shaped head.
Right now, Limp's in that cage trying to feed one of them sharks by hand. I tell you what, he's got more nerve than me. He's got to be crazy.
Something strange happens. All the sharks around the cage flee. An even larger predator emerges from the depths.
Well, I see one coming up. A nice one. That's the biggest one yet. There he is. He's coming around. Look, there he is. There he is. Look.
Could this be the Rukin? At an oil rig in the Gulf of Mexico, Captain Blimp has just come face to face with a vicious predator. Could it be the mythical Rukin Phantom?
Blimp, I see what's coming up. That's the biggest one yet. Look. You hear me down there, Blimp? Look. Oh. Look out, hands up. Look. I stick the bait, but out. That is amazing. I grabbed one by the tail, dude. Pulled me out the cage, but I let it go. I know.
Blimp's close encounter with the monster was not the shark of legend. But still, it's one of the ocean's top predators. The tiger shark, named for its camouflage skin, it can grow over 20 feet long. Since it can't swim in fresh water, it can't be the Rukin.
All these sharks down there, they're pretty, but not the ones we're looking for. If we're gonna find the big one, we're gonna find him. We're gonna find him what we're looking for.
The silkies, hammerheads, and other beasts of the sea are not what the boys are looking for, so they head back towards the bayou. Meanwhile, 80 miles away, Jonathan Davis and his team of scientists arrive at their first destination, the brackish waters of the Gulf of Mexico, just outside of Lake Bourne. They believe that if there is a monster shark entering Lake Pontchartrain, it would likely be sticking to this area, where the salty waters of the Gulf meet the fresh waters just outside of New Orleans.
Sharks are pretty amazing creatures. All of them have been found in weird places, so I'm not 100% certain that it would happen, but it could happen.
While their main objective is to find and track bull sharks, the team is also tagging any species they can find, thriving in these low salinity levels.
It's a shark.
It is?
The team has caught a bonnet-head shark. This relative of the great hammerhead is found as far south as Brazil.
Put a little tag on him. All right, here we go. Got that nose ready? All right, so this is a bonnethead shark. It kind of has a little bit of a shovel-shaped head. All right, we got a male. See pretty large claspers. This one looks mature. All right, ready?
Yep.
Let's go ahead and get a foy tag on it.
The team quickly tags and measures the shark,
Measurements, we got 1.6 meters.
and finally take a blood sample for analysis back at the lab.
This will tell us a lot about its osmoregulation, some salt content, how it's tolerating all this change in salinity. All right, ready?
Yep.
Watch your hands.
Bye.
Another shark tagged in the area. Sharks all over the place.
Did you take that down? Ooh, he's big.
The team has hooked a considerably larger shark, the more muscular spinner shark.
Good. Watch your hands. Hold the head, hold the head, hold the head. Don't get bit.
While the scientists continue with their processing, they are constantly reminded just how powerful these sharks can be.
Ooh, watch out, watch out.
Hold on.
Ooh, watch.
Good. 28 pounds. All right, let's let it go. There she goes, off the front.
While these sharks aren't anything like the Rukin of myth, they are more proof that sharks are thriving in brackish waters.
There's so much out there that we don't know about sharks. You can find sharks in the deep depths of the ocean. You can find sharks up the Mississippi River. You can find sharks anywhere. But the overall goal of this research is to figure out exactly what these bull sharks are doing in Lake Pontchartrain.
The team is not giving up until they find some answers. Our Cajuns are also thinking brackish water could be the key to finding the Rukin. The next stop on the hunt is an area known as the Rip. The Rip is where the brown sediment-rich fresh water from the mouth of the Mississippi meets with the blue ocean water of the Gulf.
Yeah, it's gonna be a nice day today, Blimp. Let's go.
This line where they collide provides ideal conditions for fish and shrimp to thrive. These shrimp boats can trawl for hours on end, sometimes covering as much as 10 miles at a time.
Well, you see what these shrimp boats do, Nathan? They come out here and they drag these trawls, and the sharks are just here eating up their bobcats.
You're telling me there's sharks following this shrimp boat?
You wouldn't believe the sharks they have behind this shrimp boat. If you was to fall overboard, you'd be shredded within seconds. Pulling in the tail now, Blimp. All right, here we go. Get ready.
The shrimp and fish caught in their nets create a chump slick, attracting hordes of sharks.
Look at it, look at it. shark behind it.
Oh, so here we go. Look right here.
Look at that thing. It's a bull shark. Yeah, I see him, Blimp. All right, let me go back around.
But the team won't find the Rukin by hanging back. They need to get right up into the shrimp boat's wake, within feet of the high-tension cabling.
Keep an eye out on this side.
The steel cable has thousands of pounds of pressure on it. One wrong move, and it could slice their fiberglass boat right in half.
Where's Blimp? Oh, he's on the other side. He's looking on the other side. Oh, well, check on Blimp up there.
On the hunt for a mythical shark known as the Rukin, the Cajun team has found themselves in a dangerous situation. They're caught between a high-tension cable and the shrimp vessel itself.
Where's Blimp? Oh, he's on the other side. He's looking on the other side.
With dozens of sharks in a frenzy behind the boat. One false move could be fatal.
No, I'm not all right, Bart. My leg's bad. Well, check on Blimp up there. All my weight here, on my knee, on that. I gotta let it down. Hold on. I got something for pain, Blimp, if you need it. Nah, I don't need that for pain. It's getting better. Little bitty old fall nigga hell ain't gonna stop me, boy. What I think happens, Nathan, is all these sharks, they follow these shrimp boats out here. And when they get close to the Mississippi River, they kind of weed out, you know? They kind of stay back in the salt water. But there's only one shark that goes up the river, and that's a bull shark. And if the Rukin does exist, I think it's just one big, massive bull shark.
Meanwhile, the scientists are moving in from the brackish waters of the Gulf, heading towards the fresh waters of Lake Pontchartrain in Louisiana.
What we're going to do is we're going to drop the net right off this side of the boat.
Using a gill net, the team is trying to catch baby bull sharks in fresh water. By collecting as much data as possible from these juvenile bulls, they hope to shed some light on what larger bull sharks are doing in the lake, perhaps leading them one step closer to the Rukin.
In the early 1900s, there was an account of a bull shark all the way up the Mississippi River. This gill net's going to be a big wall in the water. Ideally, some small fish will come swim through and get stuck in the net. Hopefully, the bull sharks will smell it and sense it, and they'll come try and eat them. All right, let her go. All right, let's head out this direction, and we'll set the other net.
45 minutes have passed, and now the team hopes to reel in the nets and find bull sharks.
So we're trying to catch these bull sharks, track them around the lake, figure out exactly how they're moving around. It's the first study of its kind in this lake. Come on, sharks, where you at? Not getting much luck here.
No.
Nothing in that net. Maybe we'll have some luck on the second pool. Come on, come on. What is it? Huh? What is that?
What is that? There it is.
There's a catfish. Oh, stingray. Cousin. It's all you, Chief. Atlantic stingray. This is very good shark food. All right, well, no sharks.
2 unsuccessful pulls will not bring the team down. They will continue fishing into the night in search of a freshwater bull shark.
I've been here in Louisiana all my life. The bayou is beautiful, man. One of the beautifulest things you ever seen. But you have to be careful, boys, because it can kill you, just like your wife.
Blimp and the boys have decided to make their way back to the bayous, looking for anyone who's had a recent close call with the Rukin.
Hey, bro, you ever seen a Rukin shark? Tell me about it.
Hey, right now, out of business.
I got you. You getting ready, Tyrone? You been going out lately?
Yeah.
Have you seen any sharks? No? Man, what we have here? How you doing, sir?
Nice to meet you.
How you doing,
I'm
sir?
James. Nice to
Nice to
meet
meet you, Mr. James. Man, that's some nice hogs. Where'd you get them at?
Across the river while I was nutria hunting in the marsh.
When you out there hunting, do you ever see any sharks?
See, swamp sharks, that's what I call them, swamp sharks. Whenever I kill a lot of nutrient hogs, the swamp sharks know it because all the blood in the water when I go there and stuff like that.
Coming to feed on
They
all
come to feed.
your carcasses and everything
Yeah.
you throw overboard, huh?
It's like they're waiting for an easy meal.
What I'm interested in, I'm looking for the Rukin.
I see a lot of big sharks around there. It could be the Rukin, but I'm not too sure. The other day when I was nutria hunting, I had a pretty good kill. I was, starting to clean a few, and I threw a couple over. Blood all in the water. Something hit the boat. The hell was that? I was scanning around looking at, around the other way, and every time it seems like when I looked the other way, it came from the other way. I didn't see it, I kept looking around. At that point when he hit my boat, I was just shaking up a little bit, like, whoa.
He actually hit your boat?
Yeah, right into my boat, I saw his fin. Yeah, it scared me. I've never had that happen to me before. Yeah, if I was looking for him, I'd head over by the fort where I dump all my nutrients. I could sell you some of these hogs and nutrients, that way you can try baiting them up with that.
Great.
As day fades into night, the team heads deeper up the Mississippi River to the exact spot of the last Rukin sighting.
All right, guys, let's put this cage in the water. Push out. All right, what?
The water depths here in the bayou vary greatly.
That's right, Nathan.
From a few inches to 30 feet or more. But one thing you can count on is extremely limited visibility.
Be careful with that, kid. Don't worry, I got this. Nathan, check your regulator out. See if you got air coming out. I got a nutrient right here ready. Oh, that looks pretty tasty to me. This ought to bring them swamp sharks that everybody's been talking about. Eee, sharky, 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 sharky. All right, then. Set and ready to go.
Anything could be in this murky water. So Nathan has to stay in the cage or risk becoming a midnight snack.
Watch that thing don't bite you, Nathan.
Guys, I got it. Hold up. Our team of Cajun legend hunters are deep in the bayou at the exact spot of the last sighting of the mythical Rukin.
Sharky, 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 sharky. You scared the hell out of me, boy. Man, you know I'm old. Any swamp sharks down there?
No, all I see was this alligator and a couple mullet. That's about it.
That's it, huh? I think that neutral hunter was us.
Even though the Cajuns have just hit a dead end, the search for a bull shark in fresh water continues. Some 80 miles away in Lake Pontchartrain, where the team of scientists are also working into the dead of night.
Research that's been done here before suggests that they're a lot more active at night, so we'll see what happens.
Oop, 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 slow down. Just a second.
Oh, wait for it! Wait for it! There he is!
All right, wait, gotta get him.
Success. The team has caught not one, but 3 juvenile bull sharks in their gill net.
Look out, Bader.
Heck yeah.
I felt him.
Water hose.
No.
Woo! All right, wait.
Hang on.
Let's get him on the floor. I got the
Watch out. Now watch out. I would say the most dangerous part of my job would be pulling up a bull shark onto the boat. Anything could happen.
What are you going to do?
Hit the net.
This is one beast of a predator.
I felt him. Oh my gosh, I felt him.
All right, let's go.
All right.
Get the net. Move the net.
He's still in it. Okay.
This can kind of keep it crimped like this for me.
I got the tail.
Once we have the bull shark there, first we take a measurement. Meter 7. Let's get that external tag. And we'll use an external Floyd tag, stick it right through the base of the dorsal fin, and then we turn it over. We take blood. There we go, we got some blood out of it. After these other processes, we do the most important step, which is the surgery on the shark. Stick this transmitter in. I'm going to make a 2 to 3 centimeter incision, and we actually implant this transmitter into the belly of the shark. What this transmitter enables us to do is track the movements of the bull sharks in every part of the lake. We have receivers set up in all different areas of the lake, which will show us exactly how these sharks are moving. Beautiful, beautiful fish.
All right, let me trim her out.
There you go.
All right, let's get weight.
We do know that there are certain areas that large female bull sharks come in pups, 20 pounds. And these small bull sharks, these pups, are able to move into Lake Pontchartrain where it's safe from the larger predators. She's gone. Very happy. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. That's how we tag a bull shark right there, baby. Yeah! Let's get it! Keep them coming! From the years past, people have had this idea that, oh, it gets too cold, then these bull sharks have to leave. And that's what I'm trying to show here. I'm trying to prove that the bull sharks stay year-round.
She's doing fine.
It doesn't make sense for a large female bull shark to do all this effort, swim all the way up Lake Bourne, climb these very, very shallow waters, drop the babies off, and then swim away. And then these babies go in for the summer, and then they're still only a couple feet wide, and swim right back out when it's cold. It doesn't make any sense.
She's playing real nice.
We're pretty certain that these bull sharks are staying year-round.
She's gone.
By tracking these bull sharks, we should be able to shed some light on the mysteries of bull sharks in Lake Pontchartrain. Go send me some data. Ow! That's what I call a successful night right there.
That was good.
Back on the mighty Mississippi, the Cajun team camps out for the night.
Tell us a story, Uncle Bill.
I'll tell you a true story, Nathan. Back a long time ago, John Lafitte, the pirate, used to hang out in these bayous. He couldn't bring his ship or his men to port, so he had to stay out here in the swamp. So one day, he sent out a party of hunters to gather meat. Well, 12 hours passed by, and 24 hours passed by, and no one returned. So he started getting a little worried. He sent out a search party to see if they could locate him. And when they returned, the fear in their eyes was bright. They told John Lafitte all they found was a boat, and it had a massive light out of it.
An alligator?
No, shark. And they say, still today, that the souls of the hunting party, their souls are still here, and they're tormented by the rookin'. I've been traveling these waters and these bayous since I was a little bitty kid with my grandfather. And you can walk these words. Tomorrow, boys, we're gonna find it. We're finally gonna shed some light on what terrorizes these waters.
Captain Blimp and his crew have been on the hunt for Le Rouquin Fantôme, a voodoo shark, rumored to be terrorizing the waters of Louisiana. As dawn breaks, they head further upriver to a pass not far from the most recent Rouquin sighting.
Voila! What you got there, Blimp? What we have here is a shark tracker. We're gonna chase one of these bull sharks up the river to see where he's going. Maybe he'll lead us to the Rouquin.
Where'd you get a shark tracker?
Oh, that's a good question, Nathan. What I done, I took one of my tracking devices for my pit bull, I waterproofed it, and I used the same receiver I used for the dog. What we're gonna do is, we're gonna throw some of that chum overboard, and we're gonna get that shark to come up. And when that shark passes, we clamp it right on his fin, like that.
That ought to work pretty good, Blimp.
It seems like it would. I'm hoping it does. It's a good invention. I think it's the first one in the world like it.
I'd say so.
Before Blimp can bust out his bayou technology, their first challenge is to bring up a bull shark from the depths of the Mississippi. And for that, they have another secret weapon.
Well, fellas, we're going to find a bigger shark. We're going to need a bigger bait. I say we get it out of there, put it in the water, and see if something comes for it.
Let's do it. Sounds good to me.
Sounds good.
Now we have a bigger bait.
That's a big bait, Blimp.
With loads of chum in the water and a 150-pound hog, it's only a matter of time before something shows up in the slick. Any size bull shark that shows up could lead them to the Rukin.
I think we have our first customer. I see the fin come up, Nathan. Right over here.
Now that they've spotted a shark, the boys will use a tuna carcass to lure it alongside the boat.
There we go. Say what, if I was a bull shark, I would eat that flirt. I see the fin come up, Nathan. Right over here. That was a big bull shark. Look like Nathan, get that device. Get it ready.
Here he comes. Here he comes.
Here he comes. I see him. I see him. Whoa! See him? There he is. Move him up to the boat. Move him up to the boat. Here he comes. Gotta get him close to the boat. I got him. He's coming. He's following the bank. He's following the bank. He's following the bank. Okay, Nathan, he's coming up. There he is. There he is. There he is. Nathan, get him. Don't miss him, Nathan. Don't miss him, Nathan. That's it. Oh, that's all right, Nathan. You missed him. We'll get him next time. Let him go up and up. Don't let him pop that line. I see him. He's right there, Nathan. Get ready, Nathan. Get ready. I'm ready. Hurry up. Get him. He's coming. There he is. There he is. There he is. Where's Nathan? We got the tracking device on him now, Nathan. We can catch him.
The tracking device gives the team 1 mile of mobility before they lose the signal and the shark.
Uncle Blimp, I hear a signal. He's a little bit towards the right. Wait. He's going up towards the left. He's going upstream. To the left. Straight ahead, Nathan. Towards the right.
He's going far into the bayou.
Right, he keeps going further out. Hey, you're getting stronger. It's getting louder. He must have went deep down, Uncle Blimp. I don't get no more signal.
Radio signals do not transmit underwater, so the boys will only be able to get a signal when the tracker breaks the surface.
We have a signal.
Yeah, I don't have no more signal. He's gone.
After planting the tracker near Tiger Pass, the boys motored upriver over 7 miles before they lost the signal. They continue in the same direction in hopes of picking up the tracker again. If the shark gets out of range, this mission is over.
Wait. Uncle Blimp, I think I see something over there on the bank. It's standing right here on this one side. Get to the bank.
Yeah, on the point side, about 100 foot from us. Oh, I see it. What is that?
I don't know. It's almost going right by it, though.
Hey, Nathan, get ready to jump on board.
I see it over there, Uncle Blimp. I see it.
What do you see, Nathan?
Mercy. Do you see the bite holes in this thing?
That's a 150-pound bull shark, and it's half gone. I ain't never seen that big of a bite before in my life. Monster.
Whether the shark they found was the same one they were tracking, they will never know. But as sure as the sun sets on the horizon of the Mississippi, these boys will be back on the hunt.
See, they got all of these stories about these sharks, 18 foot, 20 foot. We got sharks out here swallow that.
I think it's a myth. I think the Rukin's a myth. Just like Bigfoot. They ain't found him either.
A lot of the fishermen around here like to stretch their little fish stories a little bit. I mean, they might catch a little fish this big, and it's going to be this big. We're fishermen, you know how it is.
Whether it's a giant bull shark looking for a place to give birth, an over-exaggerated fishing tale from the bayou, or, as witnesses believe, truly, the Rukin Fantome, the mystery behind the monster shark of the Mississippi remains just that.